No. Which way is the hand's done?
Now it's to make it look like it's always been one piece.
Why is it that sometimes 62 feels so much colder than other times when it's 62?
I don't know. This 62 isn't as 62 as the other 62.
Because I mean, during the winter, it's we've gotten it up to like 50, 58. It's totally comfortable out here. Now that it's May, it's kind of chilly. Why am I cold?
No, the weather, it just keeps doing that whole yo-yo thing to you, which doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
Because just as soon as you get used to one, I hope you weren't used to it.
We had turned off the heater and switched it to AC.
Because it'd been 80 for
It's been 80 for like 3 or 4 days.
Close to a week, yeah. And it was kind of.
Anyway, yeah, no.
Let go of it. Now what I do is, remember, this used to be the bottom. And now, since it's a little on the firm side, because we've had a lot of stuff going on this week, but this stuff will keep for about a week if you really had to, as long as you kept it covered.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we don't go as far as some people do, where they'll have a wet cabinet.
There's a cabinet with a humidifier in it, is what that is. Or people use old refrigerators, old freezers, because they seal.
Yeah, they seal.
But of course, we don't live in someplace dry either.
Yes, we don't have, I mean, at the moment it is 71% humidity in the studio.
Which isn't bad.
No, it's, if we were trying to get things to dry, it would be a little on the wet side.
But we have big pieces in progress, so
moisture is good.
Fine.
And if we really wanted to slow down the drying or something, what we do is we take and pour some water on the floor.
Yeah.
Up the ambient humidity.
Some concrete floor. In order to evaporate. And, yeah.
I did seal the concrete.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
It's concrete.
Oh, yeah. It's concrete. It's not an impermeable surface.
What I'm doing right now is checking to see how level it is at the top. And see it catches one place, other place doesn't. Because right now I want to have it as level as I can for putting the neck on. I know, this is one of those watching paint dry moments. There we go. Using her. That wasn't a hook.
I was gonna say, is that one on your ring hook?
Yeah.
Would you like me to put some like blue tape on that one to make it visually different than all those surrounding hooks? I say blue because we have blue masking tape out here right now.
We still have leftover painter's tape. I wonder why. I want to make this round now because, well,
we'll take the ring off before I apply the blue tape.
See, as I take off the ring because, well,
you don't want to grind the ring away.
Yes.
There we go.
Because, yeah, sandpaper.
There.
You know?
There. See? Now it's blue. Visually different than all the surrounding hooks until, well, it gets covered in clay. Which it should.
What I do is I have a pin cushion. Well, my pin cushion is a bar
it's a bar of soap.
And I stuck pins in it, and then all I do is hang ring on the pin. So
course, you also use that bar of soap to
Clean my
clean your
brush.
brushes at your desk.
Well, yeah,
Because
I
just-
dip it in water and then swish it around on there.
Which is the reason why there's a well in the middle of that bar of soap now.
It works. It probably work with any soap. This happens to be handmade soap. I know
Well,
the
it has
people
to
who
be
make
something
soap.
safe for your hands because you
Yeah.
touch it.
Stupid allergies. Okay, next.
Okay, so you need
The
the
next,
next. In which case you're going to want that off the wheelhead because we need to cut the necks off of their backs.
Oh yeah, we still haven't done that yet.
What?
Yes, we haven't done that yet.
Nope. I'm just bringing you over both of them.
Let's see. And
The two necks are rather similar as of yet.
I was going to measure
Oh, the opening.
opening. Let me see. Okay, so, and spots of really white matter. Let's see that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Be this one here. So I'll set this one on the shelf. And what I do is I use Sandy Dandy tool here. What I refer to as a cutting tool. It's a pointy bit of metal.
It's a stabby bit of metal.
Yeah. And a nice chunky handle.
The other day when you had the bag of handles over here open, you never closed it.
Oh dear.
Well, I mean, they're scrappy small handles. If those ones don't make it, it'll be huge.
Now what I do with this, and this is where the little miniature dishes come from. Why the dishes are, little miniature dishes are always a different size. It's whatever. And it's nice firm clay too, at this point.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we threw those what?
Last week.
Yeah. Friday?
Yeah, well, which would be last week.
Yeah. No, but
That's
I
why
was
it
trying to
wouldn't
remember
be the
when last week.
towards the end of last week. Then in the bowl.
Do you ever have to resharpen the cutting tools?
Well, if I wanted it to be sharp again, yeah. Because
It's blunt.
It didn't used to be blunt.
Yeah.
Because when it was new, I wouldn't have done this.
No. So would it be beneficial to actually sharpen it?
Yes, it would. Until you wear it away. But okay, now what I will do is towel.
Fresh towel? There's no cat on it at the moment.
Oh,
You have two there.
there. Yes, because it goes. And one of them was folded in half, so it was 3 thicknesses.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is take this off, set it right there, and bring this back over here. This is why I use the back pins, because take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on.
Yeah.
messy right now. Oh,
It's furry.
no, it's
Crumbly. You need goop? Or are you just
Yeah.
test fitting?
I'm test fitting to see if I have the. And I got it
Dead center.
without even measuring it first.
Well, and now, what are the chances it's going to be dead center when you try again?
Well, I'm gonna have the goo in place.
Yeah.
Even the sgraffito lines were
Center.
and just the right thickness, and it's kind of like.
Shall I cover up the other
Wow.
neck? Put it next to its top half and cover
Yeah.
them? Does the other neck need any moisturizing?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can still get my hand in here.
I know every once in a while we'll get requested to make one that is small enough you can't.
The main set isn't going to be as finished as I would like it, because it'd make it harder to clean. Because I want to use them. I mean,
Yeah.
because it would be awful to, you know.
I mean, sometimes people go, well, I am just going to use it as a display piece. It's like, how about if, somebody has it after you? Oh my goodness, there's just a pile of plastic on the ground over there.
Yeah, because the plastic goes off the edge.
It's like, this is in the way. Shove.
Well, I can't really shove it the other direction. That would be worse.
There's a wall. And yet, like, at this point, if it's not a Ziploc bag, the plastic is all reused. Because some of the old, large, clear trash bags that we used have started to age out.
Mm-hmm.
After 5 years. Well, that one looks like it went on quite friendly.
Yeah, and it's amazing how it goes from
Nothing.
a bunch of pieces to a jug.
Yeah. And this is how shapes like this were built. They were not thrown all as one.
No. Something about these right angles, it's called gravity. I have to wait for it to be firm enough that I put that on there, because it just sits on top.
Yeah.
And then you form it and make it all one, but this is not quite sitting level.
Or you're using your fingernail rather than the level?
I also have to make sure it's in the center. Because once I'm satisfied that it is actually sitting exactly centered, I do have a level over here somewhere.
Yes, it's leaning against the back. Behind your hand.
Behind my hand. No, it wasn't leaning, sir. It was actually on a
Oh, was
hook.
it? Mom, from here the
Sorry,
hook was
because I
invisible.
did that and I just about ripped the hook right off the wall.
Yeah.
Good use for a 99-cent level.
Yields,
Sears.
Yep.
It's not even Craftsman.
Didn't that come as part of like a full kit toolbox?
Probably. They had the kids Craftsman subscription.
Yeah.
This was like 35 years ago. You'd gotten zoo books
Yeah.
Then they had this thing, it was one Christmas, this could like came with 12 months. And they
12-month subscription. They send
got
you
a little toolbox with a level and a number of different basic tools, like a hammer, screwdriver. Each month it would come with another
tool.
another cheap little tool, which is great for kids.
Yeah. And it's not like they were plastic.
No,
They
they
were
were actual.
small, real tools.
Yeah. Grandparents, you know.
Yeah, so one of us got zoo books, the other one got a tool of the month.
Yeah. But it meant they both got something
In the
every month
mail.
for a whole year. Yeah. Then there was the year that you guys both wanted snake light.
Yeah. I still remember the jingle too.
Yes. This one. I just want to, I'm not trying to do anything other than making it smoother.
Yeah.
And this
So
one's soft.
So it's friendlier to draw on later?
Yes. There we go. And next step on this guy will be
Handles.
handles.
Won't be that long.
With that being so tall, it's kind of tippy.
Yes.
I suppose what I could do is, also
And-
give it a foot.
Yeah. I'll bring it back over then.
No, it's just going.
And the inside of the neck will have to wait until after it firms up, right?
Yep. Because. Okay. That's also there.
Now that it's
Since
across the room, you can see the part that you need to do, so I need to bring it
I
back to you.
need a little piece of clay, soft. Just like a little
Oh,
worm.
for attaching a foot?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to trim one in. Yeah, it's got mass at the bottom still.
But also maybe a little bit also.
I'll look.
That's what I can do. But will be kind of like right there. Especially with a tall one, you want to keep as much mass at the bottom till it gets firm. Otherwise, it can be unfortunate. And then what you can do, and either leave it like that, or
Is that long
put a
enough?
reef. Yeah, it is.
Yes, I got it the right length.
Or
Oh, I don't like that.
yeah, that doesn't. You see,
No.
that's easy enough to.
I'll put it back in the bag.
Yeah, and I could do that, and actually, it looks better. Just
Pull my sleeves the rest of the way up. Take my whole coat off. Then I need to pull some handles.
yeah.
You tell it's not been raining for like 12 to 24 hours, I can hear the lawnmowers.
Oh, I know. Or it could be the people next door with their yard service, which would be a certain day of the week.
Yeah.
How's that look?
Yeah.
Poof. It's a foot. I'm using a pin tool
For undercutting?
for undercutting. So I just want to have it so it doesn't stick and have chunks break off when you take it off the bat. That's really heartbreaking. There it is. Once they're covered in clay, they're really hard to see.
Amphora handles. It looks like the Amphora handles on this one have more of a round cross section.
Yeah,
Do you want me to do a more roundy?
you can do them more roundy. Especially
there's-
for this one.
Yeah.
Because it's always more what's going to suit that individual amphora.
Yeah, because some of them have very squared off handles, some of them have very rounded
There we go.
handles.
There we go. And now on to the next one.
There, how's that?
Yeah.
That should be more than enough handle material for that one.
Yeah.
As with these guys, try to pull it all as one piece, that way it's as similar as possible. And then I lay it down so it looks like a length of chain, kind of hooped. And I will pull the handle for the one that doesn't have its neck on yet as well.
Yeah.
Because the handle can always get stored.
Yeah.
I also have to pull the handles for these guys, which is out of the other red clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's
Monster Heavy.
yes. This one. Compress the seams better.
Well, your hand can get into that one more easily, can't it?
Yeah.
It's bigger.
You can see this where it was wired off its bat. And cut the hole in there. And now we'll do this one is much softer.
And that's that soft red clay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was not a stack of one towel, that was a stack of two towels. Here, I'm gonna bring this one over here.
And sometimes
What?
you pick up a towel and it's
Not
not just
just one. Yeah. And I will get the tall guy covered up.
yeah. It's the hurry up and wait bit with the different steps here, which is usually why I do a whole batch of them rather than just one of them. Because it's okay. I'll come down and do that one, then come out the next. And do a whole batch of them. It's much softer.
That's the handles for the small Amphora, which are out of the gritty red. And we set about making the handles for these guys.
We'll see how different the clay is once it's bisque powdered.
Yes. Remember from our test batch that we did?
They're pretty similar.
They are pretty darn similar.
Which is why we went and got more.
Yeah. Because there are things that the smooth red is better for in terms of structure.
And also, you know, clarity of pattern.
Yeah.
Right there, the seam's showing. You. Like frosting a cake. Don't do that anymore because there's no one to eat the cake.
Yeah, because sugar.
Sugar.
Not that we don't like cakes. It's very variable how much sugar individuals in the house can take.
Yeah.
You know, the sugar and the dairy fat.
Yeah. There we go. That's a little better.
Handles for these ones, are you going to want flat aspect ratio or more roundy ones again?
It's really a good question.
Or I can see what the clay wants to do. How's that?
Yeah, because
Because
that's part of it.
this clay is a lot more finicky when it comes to making handles.
Yeah, that's why it was kind of.
I mean, last time I pulled a couple of handles, well, I had one handle that just decided it was going to tear apart in like 4 places.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you suck.
So I have that part done. Now just need his neck.
I should have waited on starting to pull this.
It's okay.
There we go. I was more careful to get the handle material really smooth because all the lumps that in other clays will just go away. Not so much with this stuff.
Yeah.
There, how's that?
Just a second. Yeah. There we go. There.
Okay, and I'm just gonna. That one might be best left uncovered. The bottom in it is still glossy. Okay, the top is fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I want to hand this one to you, and I'm going to go get the second one as well.
Because it's gunky.
Thing is, that was kind of heavy, so you were just about knocking it out of my hand.
Okay.
I think we have another rose to pick out there.
Oh, nice.
Can add it to the base.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this one. No, it was kind of, yeah.
That's why I just brought you both, because it's like, I'm not going to grab the right one.
Yeah, because there's not that much.
There's not much difference between the two.
But I need to take this off the wheel head. And that goes there. Because I'm not going to try handing that one to you. Sarah?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for keeping it over there.
Yeah.
Like these handles where you have a bit of a taper, these guys trying to get them as even from one end to the other as possible.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go back into there.
And
Oh yes, the nice clean hand drying towel now. It's soft again.
yeah.
Well, that's going to be a rather sizable little mini dish, isn't it?
A not so mini dish.
Yeah, it's a not so mini. Considering we had artichokes for lunch, yes, they've started maturing. Because it's not like they're, what we consider something ripe as when you pick it.
They're ripening.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to flower so much.
No, we do. We're not trying to gather seed from them. We want to eat them. Basically, we're continuously clipping the buds off because that's the food part. And if you keep doing that, you get more off the plant. So we had, was it 3 for lunch today?
They're little ones.
They were little. Yeah, oh, yeah, compared to the ones that we saw in the store, which were like 6, 8 inches across. Like, did 6-inch globes.
They won't have a flavor though.
Oh, no, they won't. I mean, it was once, what was it at this point, like 15 years ago? We bought a couple artichokes from the store because ours weren't producing, or the plants had passed away.
Or they weren't ripe yet.
Or they weren't ripe yet. So it's like, we'll get some from the store. And we ate them. This is like wallpaper paste. This is
Yeah.
not good.
There we go.
We had a very serious case of SAD.
That's a bowl.
Yeah. That's the right size for melting chocolate in for berries. Not the right weight though, because it's that old, heavy stoneware one.
Well, of course, because it has the.
It's got the mass.
Got the mass. Good. Now, to do this part. I very carefully set it on my lap, so I'm not squishing the
Lip.
lip of it.
Oh, I was like,
You
yes.
want to hold on to this because I
Okay.
don't want to set it
Oh,
down.
yeah, because you haven't done the goo.
Well, I picked it up and you do one
Yeah.
and the other. And that was
Once again,
gooey time.
demonstrating where a lot of activities are like a person and a half or a person and a quarter.
Yeah.
You got like a string in there. Gotcha.
It's okay, you burn away.
It just doesn't need to be there. It might cause a weird spall.
I don't know whether this clay spalls like the other red.
Yeah, and of course the other red hasn't spalled like that in a long time either.
Yeah.
It may have been an individual batch or two that had that issue.
Yeah.
And yeah, because there was a couple batches of the
It was like 2-3 years.
yeah.
Because we get clay about once a year, sometimes more often. But try to get the red once a year because you always have to special order because no place carries that one.
And it has to ship up. Okay. Now, the smooth red is produced locally.
Yeah.
You got it center on the first try.
Go figure. Huh?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to have to tap it, and you started the wheel spinning, and you nailed it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to refill that soon.
Yeah, that's fine, because you're a red bucket that's supposed to be water.
It's mostly.
That's why I was patting the water, get my hands wet for,
Yeah, stand up.
Yeah. I suppose this one's a little easier to smooth the inside of the neck. You
Yeah.
can do it sooner.
I'm not as worried about skewing it.
Yeah. And, by the way, watching it spin, it also looks like you have the lip dead on level.
I know, it's kind of nice. Huh?
Yeah.
This red clay seems to be pretty good at throwing large.
Yeah. Which is not something all smooth clays are good at.
Oh, no, because some of them don't have the structure.
No. Okay, so we'll be taking that one back to the table momentarily.
Yeah. That one will need a second coat because it's kind of gooey. But when stuff is gooey, it's really good.
It's sticky.
Yes.
It is a sticky clay.
Can you imagine where the
strings
come from? No, not
Gee,
at
it
all.
couldn't possibly be the decaying towels. Oh, should I bring the camera around the other side?
Oh, yeah. You should do that. Yeah,
Camera in motion.
Oop. The strings on this.
Doing.
You know the ridge that was there?
Yeah. Oh, and I just found. Oh, I set the camera on it too. Another one of the clay tools. Because one of the cats, don't know which one, knocked off a mug of tools at some point.
Yeah. Broke the cup that they were in.
Yep.
Once it firms
That
up
one
some.
is also a really classical shape.
It is.
Undercut?
Just getting the excess stuff off the back as well. And this one's not going to have the foot like the other one did because you didn't see that as often.
No. You'd see some that had attached to its feet, but that's when they can't
Like the one that's on the picture
Yeah.
there. Because that's actually a second piece that is attached to it.
We did that for replicating the Pronomos vase.
Yeah, with all its pieces.
Yeah, and we made it as large as we could conceivably make it. It was not as large as the original, because the original, if it was sitting on the floor, stood this tall. And our kiln is not that big.
It would have been this tall.
Yes.
As it was. It was only that tall.
It was knee-high instead.
Yeah. You got it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll leave him uncovered until we finish this one, because
Yeah, that one can use it.
it could use a bit more air.
Got it?
You have to begin with the holes. I could tell they were turned 90 degrees from the bat pins, and I'm like, let me rotate this a little bit. Make it easier on you.
This one, on the other hand, have a foot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the material down there.
Well, I always tend to leave the extra material because, well,
that way you can trim a foot.
And also that way it's more
Stable.
sturdy as it's firming up.
Yeah.
Because, well,
That way when you set it down, if you don't set it down absolutely precisely even and straight, you don't have it collapse or canter off to one side.
yeah, no, it'll be good. But I'll do the foot last.
Because again, you could use that support until the end.
Yeah. This clay is sticky though.
I was gonna say I was gonna duck in to use the bathroom, but it's gonna be a little bit longer than normal because we have boxes of stuff on the landing since we're training the vacuum right now.
Yeah. Our Roomba vacuum just stopped working. We'd only had it for like a year or two.
Yeah.
And that was, and it had been replaced once, parts replaced twice.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
After the third warranty in less than a year, we got a different brand.
yeah. I'll let you know how the Shark brand does. Honestly, getting vacuuming, I want to make sure that clay dust doesn't build up inside. And that way you just do that. You don't have to set aside time like every day or every other day or something. And yeah, because lots of clay dust in your house, I can tell you from experience, is unpleasant at best. Because where we used to live, it kind of took over part of the house. It had clay inside, and then the cats just spread it, and we had carpet. I hate carpet. Go. This clay is still really soft and sticky. Better than if it had dried out. Then I'd have to moisten it down to make it soft and sticky again. But okay, so God, I need to take this little ridge bit here off. It'll sit better. Okay. Yeah. Where did I set it down at? There it is. See how. Okay. Okay, cool. Yay. Okay. Okay. Now, let's move this puppy one more time. It's not heavy, I assure you. Can't quite read what's written there. It's a little too small. It's all the way across the room. And, well, I can't get over there because there's a cord in the way now. Sarah will be back in a few minutes, and she can read it. Now, cut the neck off. And, oh, Sarah. Yeah. And not so mini dish in progress now. That's the bottom of what's now the neck. Go. Come on. Yes, I'm using my finger as a tool there. Use it to keep the finger steady. Like that. And did I get a chance? So there's a message up on the screen.
Coming.
And it's also, I'm kind of pinned in here.
Listen, hello. Hello to you too. I suppose it is after work for you at this point, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I had to, Christopher stopped me. He's like, when I went inside, he's like, it could be a zinc deficiency that's causing the blotchy leaves on one of the citrus trees.
Oh.
So he's like, so, do we have any pennies? Slow release copper over zinc, depending on the year of the penny. So I went, wait. So I got the little coin jar that lives on the desk, dumped it out, and gave him the 30 or so pennies that were in it.
Okay.
Which had a date range of like 69 to 2023.
Yeah.
So he's like, so this one will give the plant copper. This one, which is all, it was like the most chewed up, eroded, damaged pennies, were the ones from the early to mid 90s. He's like, these will be perfect because that plant has a zinc issue, and this has the copper plating all chewed up over the zinc. So he's like, well, I just need this for the plant. I was like, actually, no, here. It costs way more than 30 or 40 cents to get the appropriate fertilizer. You just keep these pennies.
Yeah.
So now he has a stock of pennies to use on plants.
Cool.
Looks like he
There we go. How's that for a nice little plate?
Yeah. Need to find some basically scrap iron, something that would rust readily, to pass to him. Just small pieces, which might be simply nails.
And now, you can move this one more time, right?
One more time with
It's not heavy at all, I assure you.
Well, considering they start, each of the pieces of that one, I think started off at like 8 pounds of clay.
A piece.
Yeah. So before the loss during the throwing, there was 16 pounds of clay there.
Yeah.
And once it's all the parts are together, do the final smoothing of the texture.
Yeah. It's just adjusting the shape a little bit.
Yeah. Smoothing out his globiness.
Yes, because he's a globy one.
The only problem with artichokes is lunch is that it's a light lunch.
Yeah. There is that. Let's see how this fits now.
Oh, he fits on that little platform on the top.
Well, I had already measured it too. So. Okay, so now, yes, you do fit. So I can
Score!
serious work. I have to do this standing up.
So after you get that one attached, do you want to just leave this one on the wheel head?
We could, yeah.
Because like, do I have to move that one?
Also, it gets lighter as the water evaporates out of it. But
Yeah. Also, that we just have to very, very lightly tint just the top part of it.
Yeah.
Sticky.
It's gooey. What I did to people when I was demoing at the fair.
You'd offer to shake their hands.
Especially the kids. Sometimes other ones go, okay, then they go, my hand's dirty.
It's like, what do you expect, kid?
I know.
Congratulations, you just learned cause and effect.
Well,
Shake the
have
hand.
a little basin of water and towel too.
For them to wash their hands back off. There were a couple kids that they didn't want their mud removed afterwards.
Oh no,
that was their badge of honor. They had a goopy hand.
Yeah.
That one wasn't as friendly as the last one. This is how you keep from damaging the lip.
Yep. Because that way I can.
Can you put the level just on top of that too?
Oh yeah. But this is so I don't muck with the. Then I take the. How's that?
Now rotate 90, yes.
Yeah.
It's level in that direction. Yay. Remove the chunk of clay. That would not help a good reading. There we go. Not far off.
It's just a matter of smoothing it out.
Yeah.
It's okay. I hide behind it. Can't see me.
With this one, with how soft it is, you're going to trim in the foot today, or you're going to wait until tomorrow?
I'll wait until tomorrow because I
Yeah.
don't want it to.
Yeah, because I was watching the way the whole structure moved when you were pressing on the neck.
See, also That also tells me how firm the whole thing is, too,
Yeah.
by doing that. Just before I can do any of the finish smoothing, I have to wait for it to
Firm up.
Yeah.
So pretty much what you're saying is with this one, just want a bag to put over the top of the neck and leave the rest of the body exposed overnight.
Could be. Dent right there. More spackling.
Yeah. It's just such a sci-fi noise that motor makes.
Oh, I know. And before I can do a lot of this, this also has to firm up some.
Yeah, because you don't want to skew it by just shoving your arm down there.
Up to the elbow. Because
Yeah.
my elbow is here.
Yes, your elbow is within the vessel at the moment. Were you touching the bottom at least?
Yeah. Right here was touching the bottom.
Yeah, last note.
Well, if you see, you know.
Yeah.
It also says the bottom isn't too thick.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so
yeah.
with that, that's the end of today, and
That's it.
I'll stop the stream and then I'll move the camera so you no longer have the tripwire between you and the rest of the room.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's my cursor? There it is. Bye.